Here. At 2K Sports. And a moment to check out who New York has coming up. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And looking at the Cavaliers matchup, that will be their fourth outing in this young season. Coach will want to have his team starting to build a rhythm by then.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. We've got Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Bridges in at the 2. And for the 76ers, Martin slides in at the 4 with Embiid in the pivot. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George, and it's Oubre in at the 3. It's stolen by Maxey. Down low. Towns against Martin. Pass to George. Martin with a screen on Bridges. George for 3. Jalen Brunson grabs a miss.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good time for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago. And Kelly Oubre Jr. knows exactly when to knife to the basket. Really good decision there.
The 76ers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And stolen by Bridges. Outside Anunoby. Brunson against Embiid. From outside the arc.
Don't test Embiid now. An impact defensive player is what he is. 3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
George feels it out a bit. Pass to Maxey. George, a screen on Brunson. Maxey finds George. Shot clock at 5. Back to Maxey. Puts up a 3. And it's New York with a rebound. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's powered home by Towns.
Big Cat says, take that.
The Sixers leading. Here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. It's George on the wing. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
Here's Anunoby. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here we go, one-on-one. And here's Oubre from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre. Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. New York in 5th.
Boy, I tell you what, they never eased up on the boards throughout last season. I mean, they were tenacious. They persevered. They were aggressive. I mean, they went after the boards hard.
Anunoby, a screen on Maxey. Brunson passes to Anunoby. Unable to get that one.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Outside Oubre. Martin outside. Maxey on the wing. Back to Martin. The kick out to Maxey. Three-pointer. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Knicks trail by 4. Pass to Anunoby. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Anunoby with another miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
Here's Towns. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the middle. Out to Oubre. Fires the 3. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Oubre looking comfortable and confident from the corner there.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Brunson with the bucket. Right side Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Anunoby. And he's going for the oop here. And stolen by Brunson. And so it's Philadelphia closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Martin slides in at the 4 with Embiid in the pivot. Paul George out there with Maxey. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. George with a steal. They've got numbers. There's the triple. Martin with the bucket.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Yes, sir! Brunson for 3.
Don't let Brunson get hot. I mean, he'll answer all game long.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Pass to Robinson. Outside Anunoby. No good on the triple.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Here's George driving in. It's hauled in by Robinson.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
The kick out to Brunson. Shot is up. Paul George pulls down the board. George has got 4 rebounds in the game. Back to Maxey. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Robinson.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Brunson with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Towns a screen on Maxey. And here's Brunson from the arc. Hits a 3-pointer. Brunson's got 6 here in the quarter.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Pass to George. Embiid with it. Kicks it to George. And the ball out of play. The Knicks will have it. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the 3-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
Outside Anunoby. The 3 is up. And it's Martin with the rebound.
Still looking for his first make, and they could really use the help right now.
Anunoby against George. Embiid inside.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. It's a 10-point game. Anunoby for 3. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Pass to George. It's Martin on the wing. George a screen on Towns. Kicks it to George. To the paint. Here's Oubre. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Brunson driving. Anunoby passes to Brunson. Sinks the tray. And it's now only a 5-point Philadelphia lead.
That's his 3rd 3-pointer now after hitting none in the opening period.
Screen by Embiid. Maxey passes to Embiid. The kick out to Maxey. Back to Embiid. Lets the 3 fly. And it's New York with a rebound. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Bridges. Fires for 3. And the Knicks, another 3. There's 6 seconds left in the first half of this game. Here's George. And he gets that one. George has got 11. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Sixers on top. Oh, thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
I'll tell you, he doesn't miss many. He can be aggressive and play within himself at the same time. Heck of a first.
And now let's take. Appreciate you joining.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. We've got Campaign, Precious Achiuwa is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Miles McBride, and it's Sims in at the 5, roaming the paint. Achiuwa passes to Payne for the tie. No good. That would have tied it. The Sixers leading. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Jackson can't get it to go. The Knicks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. The shot by Payne, no good. Jackson down low. He's covered by Hart. Gordon on the wing. Jackson for 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Sims. Power it home!
Oh, wow! Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
Gordon finds Martin. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
They get it back. Outside Hart. Pass to McBride. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Offensive rebound. Knocks it loose. Gordon with a steal. Jackson left side. The 3 is up. That doesn't go either for Jackson.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Payne. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. New York shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the free throw, no good. Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Jackson surveying the D. Clock at 6. Back to Martin. It's stolen by Hart. Fast break, New York. McBride with it. Martin picks him up. Outside Achiuwa. Oh, from deep. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And there it is for him.
Lowry is a fearless scorer despite his lack of size, and he's never one to back away from the trees inside.
They set the screen. Achiuwa for 3. Here's Sims. He has 6. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Martin against Payne. Martin, the pass to Jackson. Back to Martin. Out to the right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drummond with the bucket. And now an 8-point 76ers lead.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the three ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
And a nice finish on the layup. Hart's gotten his first points of the night.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
It's not going to go for him. And so it's Philadelphia leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Martin slides in at the 4 with Embiid in the pivot. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George. And it's Oubre in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. A new lineup here for New York. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up, guys. We can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen on, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. George outside from deep. And it's New York with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Towns a screen on George. Drops in the 3.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
George against Towns. Embiid a screen on Towns. To the inside. Embiid elevates!
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Maxey against Brunson. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
Gets the 3 ball to go. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Robinson a screen on Maxey. Here's Brunson outside. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game.
So great seeing Maxey come through in the big spots, continuing to evolve right before our eyes.
Anunoby finds Bridges. 3-pointer. Anunoby can't get it to go.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
It's I
mean, just hard on that one, B.A.
And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Back to Brunson. Will it go? Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now. Pass to Oubre. Lets it go from deep. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. Embiid's got 4 assists now tonight. Bridges passes to Brunson. Bridges a screen on Maxey. Brunson with it. Oubre picks him up. And Anunoby for 3. It's hauled in by Oubre. The Sixers lead by 9. The shake. George drives in. Oh, he elevates for the slam. Jalen Brunson on the receiving end.
You know, some of the sequences and plays that George pulls off, just amazing when you consider how good this guy is, particularly handling the ball now.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the 76ers.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Paul George.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots. They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
There's 21 seconds left in the game. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Back to George. Embiid, a screen on Anunoby. Here's George on the take. Up and in on the layup. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. That concludes the first game of the NBA season.
Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Now, look at Memphis's starting group. Filling in the perimeter slots, it's Smart and Bain. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Morant in at the 1 spot. Now, here is George. A second left, and he goes big with the dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Morant. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. George passes to Martin. Kicks it out to Maxey. Off target with his 3. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history, and they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
This is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
Now here's Jackson, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Sixers ball.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Maxey kicks to Oubre. Pass to George. Puts up a deep 3. Out left to the wing. A fader. Embiid, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Clark, a screen on Maxey. Nice shot by Smart.
Going to work in the lane. Smart's tough in there.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Embiid. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
A kick out to Bain. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Nobody near George. Drills it from outside. George has got 8 points. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant outside. Jackson with the screen. Morant passes to Clark. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And George kicks to Oubre. George sets a screen for Oubre, and it's Desmond Bain with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's George driving in, and it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Here's Morant, and it's Clark in the corner. Down low. Bain finds Smart. Bain sets the screen for Smart. They get it back. Bain passes to Smart. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Smart's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, working without the ball. Smart can play the one. He can also shift over and be a catch-and-shoot guy.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Bain, no good. The 76ers leading by 6. Oubre outside. George with the ball. Jackson on him.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Morant. Lays it up off the glass.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside, George. Two on the clock. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Philadelphia.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. In the backcourt, it's Morant and Smart. Brandon Clark is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Bain in at the 3. Knocks it loose. Embiid with the steal. Outside, George. Pulls up for 3. Over to the left wing. Embiid wide open. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
And Embiid being assertive offensively, wasting no time in getting that one.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
Well, you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando, was the most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world. That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Puts up a 3. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, defenses should always expect this from Bain. He's a skilled distance shooter.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Brandon Clark. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Embiid with the screen on Morant. Maxey kicks to Embiid. Back to Maxey. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Maxey's got 4 this quarter. Here's Clark. Outside, Smart. Back to Clark. Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And last season, with all the injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies, Dan, Jaren Jackson had to play a bigger role and was effective.
Yeah, Kevin, I think we were all a little surprised at his offensive game. You know, he got more opportunity and we saw him doing more things. He also played more at the center spot, you know, so he's become a great two-way player. We knew he was always an elite defender.
Absolutely.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Morant with a wide open look. Memphis the rebound. Clark dishes to Morant. Outside for Jackson. Morant passes to Jackson.
And it's not easy making a shot when you have Embiid in your face like that.
George with the ball. Outguarded by Smart. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Embiid. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers. Morant outside. Back to Bain. Maxey against Smart. Nifty move. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Maxey.
Well, Smart is a relentless competitor whose impact always goes beyond the box score. The league could always use more players like him.
Well, we saw it in Boston, and we're seeing it in Memphis. Marcus Smart is a key piece in any lineup, Stan.
Yeah, look, you can just plug Marcus Smart in, especially to your defense. Multiple times on the all-defensive team, and he became so much better being able to run an offense, direct traffic, keep a team together.
And if he can just stay healthy, that will be maybe the missing part of his career.
Yeah, and that's the challenge right now.
To the middle. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Smart's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And George kicks to Maxey. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And the 76ers lead by 7. Smart against Maxey. Smart passes to Morant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide. And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Martin. Clark against George. Clock at 6. The second chance effort. The shot missing. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, you really get to see what they're made of. After your hard work in the offseason, yeah, you have big.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Dominant.
Thanks for spending halftime with.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Gordon. Lowry out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Martin in at the 4 slot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Got that one up quick. Gordon's got the first points of the second half here for Philadelphia.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
The shot by Williams, no good. The 76ers leading by 10. Jackson in the corner. Off target from outside. Grizzlies shooting 43% from the field. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Back to Jackson. To the paint. Here's Heaney. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Pass to Drummond. Left side Jackson. And here's Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. To the left side wing. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Now a chance to break down how the starters and reserves have contributed in the scoring department tonight for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Outside Pippen. Jackson setting the pick here for Pippen. Oh, good with the triple.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And G.G. Jackson is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Lowry. That one goes in. Lowry's got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers.
You gotta love the fearless attitude of Lowry. Nice job getting inside and executing.
Pass to Jackson. Outside Williams. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. In the last few decades, we've seen the 3 become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is. And teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the 3 spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the 3 is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner 3.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Lowry dishes to Gordon. 1:51 left here in the third quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Kicks it out to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Count it. Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And it's Pippen missing.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Pass to Drummond. Out to the right wing. Drummond with a screen on Pippen. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, physically attacking the rim is something Drummond does well. And the lob pass only makes it easier for him.
Kennard against Jackson. Outside Pippen. Throws it up high, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Lowry's got 5 points so far.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
Kennard's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's Gordon missing. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Takes the three. That one doesn't drop. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Philadelphia ahead, up by... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Filling in the perimeter slots, it's Smart and Bain. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Morant in at the 1. Here's Martin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Boy, Stan, think of it. How many teams could use the defensive versatility that Caleb Martin brings to a team into the floor?
Yeah, look, Kevin, he's capable of guarding 4 positions on the floor, plays a lot bigger than his size would indicate, and gives his team a lot of flexibility with rotations.
He brings such great energy, doesn't he, stand off the bench? I know he has started, but his bench play can really affect the game.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, too. He can start, come off the bench. This guy will give you whatever you need.
And it's Morant missing. The 76ers leading by 13. And here's George for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. Embiid's got 4 assists now tonight. George with the steal. Fires for 3. They get it again. Outside for Martin. From the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Martin's got 4 points this quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Clark sets a screen for Morant. No good again that time.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
George looking over the floor. Just 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep, and until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
Payne for 3. And again, Memphis no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Martin kicks to Maxey. There's the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Boy, Maxey just goes for it. Plays with a lot of courage.
I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
Outside for Martin. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Martin's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Philadelphia. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Morant scanning the floor. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on George.
Yeah, he's looking pretty much unstoppable. Morant making the defense regret that physicality.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Kicks it out to Maxey. Again, Philadelphia.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Philadelphia.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, three after three, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Smart. Offline with his three. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. 22 is their biggest lead. Outside, Martin. Back to George. Clark with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Memphis moving that ball around. Smart passes to Jackson. Off target with the open look.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
A deep three from Bain. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Oubre, and the miss. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won the... Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. So for...
One to a new. And a moment to check out who New York has coming up. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And for that game against Miami, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Moran and Smart make up the backcourt. Desmond Bane is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Jackson in at the 5. And for the Knicks, OG Anunoby out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. New York shooting their first free throw of the evening. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Now here's Jackson. Clark finds Bane. Back to Clark. Up top, Bane. Covered by Towns. Bane with a screen on Brunson. 5 on the clock. Here's Moran. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Can't lay off of Morant. When he's roaming around that mid-range area, you know he's ready to lock in.
Brunson passes to Anunoby. Pass to Robinson. Stolen by Jackson. Clark in the post. Towns on him. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Now here's Anunoby. New York, again, can't hit. Here's Clark. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
All alone on the break. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
What an athletic play by Morant. It's ridiculous. Grabs the ball, sprints to the finish on the fast break, all on his own.
Now here's Morant. 17 points in his last outing. Bane against Anunoby. Fires from deep. Drains the triple. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Memphis.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
The Grizzlies on offense. 11 unanswered points for him. Jackson with a screen on Anunoby. Kicks it out to Clark. Takes a 3. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Clark's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Now here's Morant. Smart outside. A minute 50 left in the first quarter. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
When asked about Desmond Bane, Coach Taylor Jenkins said he's grown into a leadership role. Guys look to him because he sets an example. Bane said experience is the best teacher. Being in this league for several years, you start to find your voice and your confidence in things you know and say.
All right, Allie, thanks. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Stolen by Anunoby. Fast break, New York. Towns for three. Memphis with a rebound. 1:09 left in the first. Richard, every team wants three-point shooters and rim protection. Jaren Jackson Jr. gives you both.
Oh, he is the prototypical big man. He's Defensive Player of the Year. He's led the league in blocks on multiple occasions, and he can stretch the floor and shoot threes.
Pass to Clark. Here's Bane. Anunoby covering. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Clark. Now here's Bane. Clark with a screen on Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bane. And that one's long.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Towns passes to Robinson. Towns a screen on Clark. Here's Brunson. Pass to Towns. And it's in there.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
And it's Morant off the drive. Robinson with the block. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. From deep, Bane. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Memphis. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Grizzlies have been rolling along, haven't they?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Smart looking around. Four on the clock. Into the lane. Jackson for three. And it's New York with a rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
A difficult matchup for them last year, with them losing both games to a team with a bad record.
Now here's Anunoby. No made baskets yet. The three. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
Clark, the pass to Morant. It's hauled in by Robinson.
I think at the last second he decided to get slick. I don't think he'll make that mistake again.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Obviously, Bridges has practiced this look to death. He is so smooth from the corner.
Aggressive take from Morant. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Brunson finds Towns. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Morant. There's the drive. Circus shot, Ja Morant.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Brunson against Morant. Anunoby on the wing. Outside Robinson. Back to Anunoby. The shot, no good. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Well, when this game is over and done with, they'll be off to Utah and take on the Jazz. It's the second game of 3 on the road. Now here's Morant. Give him 8 points now. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
Kicks it out, Towns. Towns on a screen. For 3, Bridges. Towns. It's good on the putback.
And they seem to have found a nice groove here in the second period.
Grizzlies lead by 7.
18.
Outside Morant. Inside. Kicks it out to Bane. Jackson with a screen on Bridges. Bridges against Bane. Here's Jackson, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
And what really distinguishes Jackson, the soft touch of the shot. Most young bigs are still developing that.
Anunoby a screen on Morant. Here's Brunson, banging his way through. Jalen Brunson.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Brandon Clark. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We've got 1:08 left in the second. Brunson surveys. Brunson for 3.
Well, their three-point touch is certainly off the mark today. They're improving little by little, but it's still a key reason why they're behind.
And the basket by Clark.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Bridges has got 6 points.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morant against Anunoby. 6 to shoot. Jackson with a screen on Bridges. Here's Payne. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Pass to Anunoby. A deep 3. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Memphis closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Hello and welcome, everybody.
Well, I mean, what is there left to say about Ja Morant? He's dynamic, he's electric, relentless on the offensive and defensive end, impossible to
All right, fellas. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books, 1 half to go. Well, you look at Brandon Clark. What a contribution here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. We've got Jackson. Also Edey out there. Luke Kennard out there with Vince Williams. And it's Pippen in at the point. Sims, the pass to Hart from the corner. That shot off. Some solid defense from Williams. Kennard finds Jackson. And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Williams in the post. He's covered by Hart. Jackson for three. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
The shot by Payne, no good.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Here's Pippen. McBride covers. To the inside. Edey. Crafty move. Shakes him. And it's good on the layup. Edey's got his first bucket in this one.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
McBride passes to Payne. Achua with a screen. Shoots it from the corner. And the shot falls short that time.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
And the basket by Pippen. And now an 11-point Memphis lead.
Changing ends quickly. Scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances on the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Grant.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
Outside McBride. Pass to Payne. There's the three. Grizzlies with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Second team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half. Coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. 4 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Williams finds Kennard. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Knicks trail by 11. Throws it up high.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. They set a pick. And there's the drive. Pippen, good on the shot. Pippen's gotten 4 this quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
A new lineup here for New York. Grizzlies lead by 11. Pippen, pass to Kennard. Right side, Williams. Pass to Edey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And here's Brunson from the arc. Oh, Brunson with the triple.
And you can't forget to guard these corner spots, or guys like Brunson will hurt you.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Edey. Over Robinson. And it's Edey missing. 36 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Anunoby passes to Bridges. Towns, left side, from behind the arc. Kennard with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 6 for 9 in the half. And now we've got an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
13 foul. Substitution on the court.
16 seconds left in the third. And here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Can't cash it in from close range.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
And so it's Memphis earning this break in the action, up 10. They're key to... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page. Woo.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Brunson in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Morant, no good.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Outside Anunoby. Launches a 3. Memphis with a rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk.
This is what you pay to see. Morant doing what he does, exploding right to the rim off the drive. Wow.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Morant with it, and it's Robinson picking him up. Robinson with a steal. Bridges outside. Outside Robinson. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Smart for 3. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
Just such a quick release there by Marcus Smart. You love to see that just catch, touch, and release.
Kept alive. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Morant against Anunoby. Pass to Clark. Back to Morant. Fires from the corner. And it's Memphis with another.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
Payne against Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Bridges with it. Here's Brunson. And no good. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. Smart for 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And so Anunoby will bring it up for New York. Down by 12. Brunson finds Towns. Back to Brunson. Kicks it out Towns. Let's go with a 3. Memphis with a rebound. Right side Morant. 3-pointer, no good. New York, they're working against the clock now. Bridges outside. Outside Robinson. Robinson, a screen on Payne. Anunoby passes to Robinson.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
With the defense geared to challenge Morant at the cup, that little stop and pop is deadly.
Anunoby against Payne. Beyond the arc. Robinson passes to Brunson. Towns outside. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, Richard, one thing we're seeing an emphasis on by the league, mental health.
I'm surprised it took people so long to understand how grueling of a mental task it is to try and be one of the 450 year in and year out.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Grizzlies.
When you look at the stat sheet, it's impressive this wasn't a total blowout. Their offense was in top gear all night long, Grant.
I thought the same thing, B.A. I mean, the difference in field goal percentages is pretty shocking.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Ja Morant.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
From deep, Bane. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morant against Brunson. Three-pointer, Bridges. And it's Bane with the rebound. Fires from way outside. No good. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard.
For this day, a chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And for their matchup with Cleveland, that's one to watch for. Fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. Interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Inside for him, it's Martin next to Embiid. Paul George is out there with Maxey, and it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. And for New York, they've got OG Anunoby. Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then it's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Towns in at the 4. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
And here's George. After OG Anunoby made that last three-pointer, took him no time at all on that one.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The 3. Robinson pulls it in. For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, Towns. Robinson kicks to Brunson. Drills the three-pointer.
One of the things you love about Jalen Brunson, he takes quality shots. How about that look from 3?
Embiid sets the pick for George. A floater, and it's good on the layup. George has got 5.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Here's Brunson. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Anunoby. For 3. 6 on the shot clock. Paul George grabs the miss.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. And that one's good, George. Here we are early in the NBA season, and teams focus on situational awareness. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
Stolen by Anunoby. Pass to Robinson, and stolen by Maxey. A shot by George, wide open. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Towns, the pass to Brunson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Brunson's got 8.
This guy won't give an inch. Brunson answers back with a 3 of his own. You've got to love it.
19-13.
Inside, here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
On deep, Brunson. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 8. George fires, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Now George, after Mikal Bridges missing on that last 3-pointer. Brunson against Maxey. Brunson the pass to Robinson. Bridges kicks to Robinson. Robinson sets a screen for Brunson. Back to Robinson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the 76ers.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
They've got Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard. They're the group. New York will start the second. The 3 from George. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled. And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. Last year, averaged 21 points per, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Now here's Brunson. He had 27 points last game. Bridges finds Towns. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 11. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has she shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. Pass to Brunson. Now here's Anunoby. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists in the game. George against Anunoby. So the wing on the left. Outside for George. Takes a 3. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Bridges on the wing. Anunoby. And another 3 from New York.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Anunoby against George. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Are you kidding me? Just look at what Paul George is doing to the defense over and over. My goodness.
There's a screen by Robinson. And here's Brunson outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
For 3, Bridges. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
Here's Brunson. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Pass to Robinson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The 76ers third.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Bridges outside. The tray. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. 1:27 left in the first half. Here's Maxey. And he uses the glass on the layup. Maxey's got 7.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
The kick out to Anunoby. Back to Bridges. Anunoby with the screen for Bridges. Shot clock at 2. Shoots over Oubre. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
From deep, George. A new 14 for the 76ers. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. George has got 29.
Oh, he is absolutely unstoppable right now. Paul George in rhythm. Look out.
And Brunson, here we go. Bridges against George. To halt the run. New York missing again.
You know, scoreless this quarter, and it's not helping them battle back.
Embiid with a screen on Anunoby. Back to Martin. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Philadelphia ahead, leading by 17. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
A lot of bricks out there. Reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man. Take it to the paint. Man up.
And guys, let's take a moment. That is more than enough of a...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Taking a look at the 76ers, they've got Lowry. Andre Drummond is out there with Martin. Then there's Gordon, and it's Jackson in at the 2.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
The ultimate glue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
Over in the corner, McBride. Three-pointer. The shot's good from Sims. Sims has got his first points of the night.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Payne looking around.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Lowry. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And there's the drive. And McBride gets it to go. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
76ers lead.
Eric Gordon on the wing.
26.
It's hauled in by Achua. Knicks trail by 20. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Shot clock at 6. McBride passes to Achua. Three-pointer on the way. Oh, my. He'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. Andre Drummond picks one up, and he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Here's Lowry. Outside for Martin. The 76ers need to get off a shot for 3. Gordon traps in the tray. Gordon's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the 76ers. Hart wide open. He fires. Off target from 3-point range. Lowry has the open look. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Knicks trail by 18. Hart the pass to McBride. Pass to Achua. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Sims, and he slams it one-handed.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
1:10 left in the third quarter. Now, here's Lowry, defended by McBride. And Drummond throws it down.
Boy, power play by Andre Drummond. He has made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Here's Hart. No good on the triple.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Right side, Martin. Hart against Lowry. Back to Martin. Outside for Lowry. Jump shot is good. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, there is never hesitation with Kyle Lowry on the catch. This guy understands he's got the right instincts and the right mechanics.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
No one near Drummond as he lets it go. No good from outside. Jacks up a 3. And no good. Outside Lowry. And it's blocked. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with an 18-point lead as the... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Robinson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. And that one's good, Maxey.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Tipped away. Bridges with the steal. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
Cutting the screen. Here's George. And he comes up with the deuce. George has got 31 points.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Robinson finds Anunoby. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That'll be his second foul of the game. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result.
George against Brunson. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Anunoby kicks to Brunson. This one for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Into the lane. Outside for Martin. Another shot. And Embiid lays it in.
He just knows where to go. Embiid positioning himself perfectly to get the putback.
Anunoby outside. Fires the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
George finds Martin. Martin with the screen for George. From past the arc. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Anunoby. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia leading by 19. Here's Maxey. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. 11 points for Tyrese Maxey.
And Maxey plays with so much energy. That time he wills that one in off the contact.
Anunoby can't get that one to fall. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. And George with the stuff.
Boy, you talk about athleticism. How easy does PG make it look right there?
Shoots from the baseline. Count that one.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
63-40.
Embiid with a screen on Anunoby. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Philadelphia.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Oubre passes to Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And then George with the jam.
saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Maxey kicks to George.
76ers lead.
Pass to Embiid.
47-45.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. George looking around. Back to Martin. Lets it go with a three. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
From deep, Brunson. That one's rebounded by Embiid. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Thanks so much, David. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg...
Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
A look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with Kenyon Martin. Then it's Maxey, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. Outside for Morant. And the three off target.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
It's George on the drive. And Morant clears the board.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
Kicks it out to Smart. Left side Bane. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Morant. Philadelphia grabs the miss.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
George against Jackson. Puts up a deep three. Offensive rebound. Embiid laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Boxing out Embiid has to be a focal point for them, or else he'll continue to eat them up on the offensive glass.
Smart passes to Bane. Smart, a screen on Oubre. Good.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
George passes to Oubre. Screen by Embiid. Pass to Maxey from downtown. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
Welcome to Maxey's world, one of the more efficient three-point shooters in this game.
And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, VA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Screen by Embiid. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to George. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year, the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. The Sixers third.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Martin's checked in.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
Clark with it, picked up by Embiid. Jackson, the pass to Smart. Back to Jackson. Count it.
Yeah, good touch from Jackson Jr. Ready to score inside when given these opportunities.
Embiid, a screen on Smart. Up top, Embiid. Puts the move on, and then Embiid with the dunk.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Now here's Morant. 17 points in his last outing. Count it.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Ryan, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Philadelphia has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. George passes to Oubre. Three-pointer off the mark. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
On the drive, Smart. Outside Morant. Nice move. Driving to the basket. There's Jackson with the three. The 76ers have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Strong move and a little spicy, too. Embiid's passion for the game, the way he plays, I love it.
George for 3. And the 76ers get it back. And then Embiid with the dunk.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. Martin slides in at the 4 with Embiid in the pivot. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. Philadelphia leading by 4. And stolen by Clark. Smart with the ball. Still no points. That one is off. Some solid defense from Martin. Maxey with it. Guarded by Morant. Oh, nice job, Embiid.
Hey, go to that whenever you can. I mean, Embiid has a huge advantage in size and skill.
Smart against Maxey. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Ooh, basket interference. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Maxey. And yep, it's good. Maxey's got his second basket on the night.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Clark with a screen on Oubre. And again, it's Memphis missing.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Embiid. Oh, Embiid with the slam.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Clark. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55%. Shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
And he sinks the second. You know, Clark, over the past few seasons, we've seen a historic amount of 20-point-per-game scorers in the league.
And that's a function, B.A., of the overall skill level being at its all-time high in league history in my mind, but also the pace of play, the way the game is played, three-point shooting, there's scoring, there's more scoring, so more guys are scoring. And I think on top of that, it's a little easier to score because of how the game is played and officiated. It's tilted a little more in favor of the offense for the entertainment value of point production.
The floater. Ooh, nice. Smart slipping inside.
Perfect touch on the floater. Smart, he can be so crafty at times offensively.
George against Smart. And here's Oubre from the arc. Clark grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Bane. And that one is hammered home.
And what a jam by Bane, using his hops to do some damage at the rim.
Here's George. And he's now 3 for 8 after that one.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Morant, pass to Clark. Kicks it out to Bain. Back to Clark. Oubre with a steal. Pass to George. From deep. Sends it home from three-point land. George has got 11 points.
Smooth and consistent. That's how I describe George's three-point shooting.
Clark outside. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
George against Smart. Out to Oubre. Fires the three. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
Martin with a screen on Smart. Pass to Oubre. Maxey surveys. Takes the three. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Down low. Outside for Morant. From the arc. Oh, a bomb from John.
And I love the response by Morant, draining the revenge 3 in style.
Morant against Maxey. Here's Martin. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Clark outside. Pass to Smart. Jacks up a 3. And so it's Philadelphia now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Al. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league? And let's swing it back around to talk about our game. It was the Joel Embiid show in that first half. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Pretty much the entire first half, he was dominating down low, piling up a ton of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
We've got Luke Kennard. G.G. Jackson is out there with Edey. Then there's Vince Williams. And it's Pippen in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Kennard. And he banks in the layup.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Drummond with the screen. Lowry surveys the D. The rebound by Edey. Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Jackson. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Pippen. Another shot. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. The 76ers have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Drummond with the screen. Jackson, pass to Drummond. Jackson outside. Clock at 6. Memphis with a rebound.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
You know, you look at Reggie Jackson. Clark, does he define journeyman?
He certainly does. I mean, you could put his name next to that word and a couple of other guys, but he's contributed and been successful pretty much wherever he's been. He's been around a long time, and he's always been productive, and I think he's value added wherever he plays. Boy, there's a pit bull kind of quality to Kyle Lowry's game. He's relentless at both ends.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. BA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks. Lowry outside. Here's Drummond. Oh, the jam by Drummond.
Boy, look at the big guy getting tricky. Drummond doesn't waste a chance to get creative at the rim. That's pretty impressive for a big guy.
Kennard passes to Jackson. Here's Pippen. Jackson with a screen on Lowry. Kennard outside. Launches it. He buries it from three. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And here's Gordon from the arc. Out to Lowry. The three. That one falls. Coming off a Drummond feed. Lowry's got 8.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Here's Pippen. Oh, Drummond with the block.
A really good shot blocker. I like how Drummond times it up when he goes after those rejections. Well done.
Jackson against Kennard. 4-3. Gordon pulls it in.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Here's Martin. No good on the three. Grizzlies trail by 11. Our 2K leaderboard focusing on last year's three-point shooting leaders. When you look at Kennard, never leave him open. Second in the association from deep.
He shot with nearly unmatched confidence from the arc last year, and the numbers and his position on this list clearly reflect that.
Out left to the wing. For three, Lowry. Pure from three-point range. Lowry's got 11 points here in the second half. Here's Williams. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Pass to Pippen. Outside, Williams. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. The Sixers lead by 14. Jackson, the pass to Lowry. The three ball. And that one's good. Jackson for three. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And he drives in. Here's Edey. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
Lowry, the pass to Jackson. This one for three. He can't get it to go. Kennard, left side. Now here's Williams. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers liking their chance. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Kyle Lowry out there with Jackson. Then there's Kenyon Martin. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Gordon in at the small forward. Jackson gets the bucket. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
A line change here for Memphis. And a new group getting ready for the Sixers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. Oubre comes in for Gordon. Paul George, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Maxey in for Lowry.
And then Morant with the dunk. And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Counted from distance.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Deflects the pass. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then Friday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors.
And for that game against the Pacers, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start for the year.
Martin, he's checked in for Martin. Embiid gets the bucket.
Nothing new for Embiid here, going off for a big scoring performance, par for the course.
And Embiid with the block. George with it, guarded now by Smart. And stolen by Clark. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to go on Paul George.
Just a load to deal with inside. When Jackson Jr. goes up strong, he puts the defense in difficult situations.
Clark, in your opinion, how does social media affect the game?
Monumental ways. One, I think the most direct way is that it keeps fans connected to players, and players have the option as to how they're going to engage with their fans directly, player to fan, without any middle person. And that is valuable both ways, except when the narrative turns negative. That's the other side of the coin. And when you say things publicly on social media platforms, it's impossible to retract them. You might be able to erase them, but they're still out there in the stratosphere.
Here's Bane. He takes it in. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Oubre finds George. Let's go with a 3. And it's Bane with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Clark, the pass to Jackson. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now. Oubre against Smart. Oubre, a screen on Bane. Here's George going inside. Misses from close range. For Memphis, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. And then Morant with the dunk.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Pass to Embiid. And the officials call a traveling violation. Well, Clark, we're used to seeing a coaching carousel, but in recent years, even winning teams have changed coaches.
Well, you know, that is true, and at least the profession is getting a pay raise overall. But for teams looking to break through, BA, changing the coach still seems to be the default button that most teams like and are more comfortable pushing.
Bane with it, guarded now by Maxey. Bane, the pass to Smart. Clock at 4. Rebound by the 76ers.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the 76ers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, BA, it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
The stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Paul George.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Embiid. Uses the glass on the layup.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Boy, this... All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season.
Welcome, everyone. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And looking at the Cavs matchup, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start to the year.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. And for Memphis, in the backcourt, it's Morant and Smart. Clark is out there with Jackson. And it's Bane in at the 3, the small forward. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Jackson finds Bane. Oh, good on the 3. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Towns, the pass to Anunoby. Back to Towns. Towns, a screen on Smart. Anunoby, good.
Anunoby showing some confidence, believing in the work he puts in.
The Grizzlies off to a slow start. 6-point game. It's Morant with the drive. Outside, Bane. Over to the wing. Brunson with a clean look. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Bane sets the screen for Morant. Driving inside. They get it back. And the Knicks with possession. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Anunoby kicks to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Morant against Anunoby. Clark.
And good defense from Towns. He's a big-time shot blocker, and that reputation can scare shooters.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Brunson gets it to go. Here on opening day. And what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
Here's Brunson. Brandon Clark picking up that last basket. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Towns with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Morant. Knicks with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago. And it's a bit of a head-scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple of seasons.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by Ja Morant. 6 on the shot clock. And that's good. Jalen Brunson for 3. Brunson's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Knicks. Morant outside. Pass to Smart. Fires top of the key. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And Smart doesn't go to the mid-range often, but he's an opportunistic scorer. He'll take any good look you give him.
Morant with the steal. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. 20 feet out. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brunson. Can't hit that one. Jalen Brunson has been on display for New York. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. They've got OG Anunoby. Mitchell Robinson out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. Morant finds Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Back to Bain. Smart with this screen on Bridges. Bain, no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. To the inside. Morant with the steal. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Three-pointer. And the 3-ball is good. Morant's got 5 minutes.
And when the 3-ball is falling for Morant, the defense is in trouble.
Bridges passes to Robinson. Brunson against Morant. Launches it. Anunoby outside. For the 3. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Marcus Smart. How he performed last season. He was around 14 points a game last year. Just over 2 steals and 4 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit. A guy who provides instant offense.
And he has really settled into this role. For some guys, maybe him, they'd rather come off the bench and do their damage.
Outside Robinson. Robinson sets a screen for Bridges. Back to Robinson. Clock at 6. Brunson right side. New York, no good that time either. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Out to Morant from outside the arc. It's rebounded by New York. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Anunoby, good.
And that is the spot where OG wants to work.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Smart wide open, he fires. Buries the long-range jumper. Smart's got his second basket.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Brunson. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
What a performance on the offensive 10. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Brent, when you survey Jalen Brunson, going from role player now to all-star, what a rise. What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. It's simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Inside, Jackson kicks to Smart. Bain with the screen on Bridges. Smart misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Anunoby. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Excellent focus from Anunoby. Wasn't going to let that bump get to his head.
Outside, Bain. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Brunson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Anunoby outside. He takes it in. Pass to Towns. Misses off the left iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Smart against Robinson. Stolen by Robinson. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Bridges dishes to Towns. Buries it down low. Towns has got his second bucket of the night.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
Out to Morant. Bain sets the screen for Morant. Shoots over Anunoby. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's New York looking at a 13-point lead. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely
Now let's take a moment. Thanks for spending half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
We've got Luke Kennard. G.G. Jackson is out there with Vince Williams. Then there's Edey. And it's Pippen in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Doesn't get any easier for Achua. Once he's got positioning, he wants inside. He'll look to dunk everything.
Pippen a screen on Hart. They get a hand on it. Here's Sims. Pass to McBride. Here's the screen. Here's Sims. New York moving it around. Hart wide open. He fired. And he's good on the three ball. Hart's got his first 3 points of the game. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's McBride, guarded by Pippen. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Grizzlies 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kennard, the pass to Pippen, and Pippen slams it in.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Jackson kicks to Pippen. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Achua. And Jackson gets it to go.
Work that one inside nicely.
The Knicks leading by 14. Here's McBride. And the layup falls. McBride's got 4 this quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Drives to the hoop. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 18. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Tries the spin move. Here's Payne. Pass to McBride. Back to Payne. Launches a 3. The shot, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Jackson, a screen on Hart. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Hart.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA, thanks. Kennard for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
Great awareness to get up the floor ahead of the D. Kennard showing some solid basketball IQ.
Payne passes to Hart. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. You know, Brent, Josh Hart has been a contributor at the many stops in his NBA career.
Now, sometimes you have to wait to find your home, Kevin. That's been the case for Josh, but he has always contributed to winning. And now he's locked into this role where he is flourishing. This guy has all the tools to go out there and do little things every night to help your team be in a position to win games.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
And so it's New York feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And New York, looking at who they've got. Mikal Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Towns, and it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
On the wing, Anunoby. The 3-pointer, no good. Here's Brunson. Lays it up and banks it in. And that's now 19 points here for Jalen Brunson.
And aren't we here with Brunson? This is what we expect from him, crafty and efficient.
Smart up top. Brunson covering. Clark sets a screen for Bain. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Morant against Bridges. Pass to Anunoby. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Here's Jackson. Clark finds Morant. Back to Clark. Left side Jackson. Bridges with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. Anunoby has the open look. Buries it from three-point range. Anunoby's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for New York. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Knicks.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. New York leading by 21. Outside Robinson. Anunoby against Smart. Out to Brunson. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Payton for 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Brunson. And it's rebounded by Morant.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Back when you played, Greg, the offseason was more of a dead period for the league. Not anymore. They want to make it year-round. Every month, something's going on.
Kevin, I love Vegas Summer League. It's given us some extra hoops. It's created a ton of excitement for the future. And also the trades and signings. The NBA is a 12-month-a-year league.
4 on the clock. Payton for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Knicks leading by 20. Anunoby, a good look. New York, no good that time either.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New York.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Brunson.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
For 3, Bridges, and it's Morant with the rebound. Knocked away. Stolen by Brunson. 46 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bain looking around. Here's Clark. Outside for Smart. It's good from long range.
Like the pass from Clark there, showing he can be a piece of the puzzle.
The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. Brunson the pass to Robinson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Knicks lead by 16. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one